not letting it go, the boys followed him before one broke off from the rest and punched him from behind.
Damn, that's crazy.
Almost instantly, every boy in that group punched, kicked, or stomped on Jack, refusing to let him escape or let him get help. As this continues,
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy YS the Gamer, and we is back at it again with another reaction video. This time we got the worst crimes in TikTok history. Man, oh man, what's going on in TikTok? You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go ahead and slide it out and see what's going on with TikTok real quick. Let's go ahead and watch the video, gang. Sorry for the interruption, y'all, but I just want to let y'all know that I do have a Twitch channel, a Kick channel, and also a TikTok channel, you know what I'm saying, that I do scary games. So if you like content like this, I also do scary videos on there as well, and then I also do scary video games. So if you like content like this,
when you finally beat the evil mom, keep fucking the wall. Keep fucking the wall.
You know what I'm saying? Let your boy know, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to it, and you know what I'm saying? We lit on game.
Used to share fun dance videos, and over time has become one of the biggest social media platforms on the planet. The app is responsible for launching the careers of multiple huge influencers and making several regular.
Hey, y'all let me know if y'all on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? If you on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Drop your TikTok down below, cause you know what I'm saying? I do be on TikTok. I do be making videos, you know what I'm saying? I will be posting them, you know what I'm saying? Little small clippings of me playing it, you know what I'm saying? TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Playing games. Well, I'm streaming on TikTok, so if you want to watch me stream over there, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the clips in there on game.
People famous overnight. However, it also seems to be a breeding ground for criminals and a chronicler of some of its users' victimization or fall from grace. And so in this video, we're going to be going over some of the most disturbing TikToks ever uploaded to the platform, beginning with Jinkid. Anna Marie and Ali Abdullah seem like a perfect couple. The two met in 2014 when they were both stationed in Japan while serving in the Air Force. A romance quickly sparked between them during their service, but there were issues on the get-go. Ali was discharged from the Air Force for allegedly assaulting one of Anna's friends. He then...
Damn. So she was let go from the Air Force for assaulting somebody's friend. That shit crazy. Baby girl, you gotta stop doing that type of shit, you know what I'm saying?
Returned to Virginia, and Anna returned to the Philippines, where she eventually learned she was pregnant with her and Ali's daughter. Ali responded quickly, getting his hands on a visa for her and flying her over to the United States where the two would get married. Then in
W-Mans right there, W-Mans, you know what I'm saying? He flew his, you know what I'm saying, his baby mama out there, you know what I'm saying, to raise his child, you know what I'm saying? W-Mans on that.
2019, Ali would get her first taste of fame. He joined TikTok under the handle Jinkid and started filming little skits in which he'd do impressions of characters from video games and classic films.
Oh damn.
Need something?
I think I've seen this shit before, not this video, but this case.
While his videos did do well, with him quickly gaining over 900,000 followers, they tended to do better when his wife made an appearance, something that didn't sit well with the TikTok star. While the two did seem to be a great couple and claimed to have a drama-free relationship, things were quickly going downhill after they moved to San Diego. Around the same time as their move, Anna started to develop an online presence and a decent following. Unfortunately, this brought out an ugly side in Ali, who became very possessive and jealous. Ali started filming videos of himself yelling at his wife after allegedly using drugs. He would often accuse her of cheating, which it turns out he was actually guilty of himself.
So this nigga would turn and started being mean to her, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, wasn't she doing some, you know what I'm saying, some crooked ass shit in the beginning? So, let's just get back to the story, y'all. Shit getting wicked.
But at that, so he'd insult her or purposefully start an argument. He no longer viewed her as a person but as his property, and believed she owed him something after all he had done for her. After suffering through this for a while, Anna decided enough was enough and broke up with Ali for the sake of herself and their now 5-year-old daughter. Rather than let them leave, Ali agreed to let Anna stay in the apartment with her daughter while he left. While it might have seemed that the breakup could have woken him up to his crazy behavior, it was soon apparent that Ali was only sinking deeper into it. He wasn't going to let Anna and his daughter go that easily. Motivated by jealousy.
Damn, that nigga was trying to keep his family intact for good, you know what I'm saying? He's not letting y'all go, not one bit. You know what I'm saying? But fam, you got, you know what I'm saying? If she want to depart from you, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let her depart, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let her, you know what I'm saying, cool down, you know what I'm saying? Do her thing, you know what I'm saying? If she want to build her life, you know what I'm saying, separate from you, but you know what I'm saying, still keep you in contact, you know what I'm saying, let her do that, but don't keep the female hostage. That's what you were doing, buddy.
In a need to control his wife, Ali broke back into the apartment on October 25th, 2021 and vandalized it. Once he finished leaving his mark, he installed an app on his young daughter's tablet so it would function as a listening device and placed it behind her bed, so you could always listen in on everything that happened when he wasn't there. When Anna returned to the apartment, she knew exactly who was responsible for the mess. She immediately called a friend to tell her what happened and asked if she could pick up her daughter from school so that Anna could clean up the mess, hoping to keep her daughter as far away from her parents' drama as possible. She then called another friend, Rayburn Barron, someone Ali was incredibly jealous of, and asked him to come and help. Little did she know that when Rayburn would arrive at the apartment to help, Ali was tuning into his new app. As soon as he heard his wife laughing with another man, Ali sped back to Anna's apartment, gun in hand, and burst in to find her on the couch with her friend, Rayburn Barron.
Damn. This nigga, so when he installed the app, he was listening the whole entire time and heard another nigga over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call him nigga because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call him. You know what I'm saying? Another individual. You know what I'm saying? But damn. I mean, I don't blame him, but nigga, you ain't have to go around.
When you found them.
Immediately, he shot Barron 3 times before turning his weapon on Anna and shooting her in the head.
Damn.
The deed was done, and Ali rushed out to the apartment to pick up his daughter from school.
Funky
Shortly
ass
after
nigga.
picking up his daughter, he then called his mother and confessed that he had just murdered Anna.
Then you gonna call your mama and confess to the murder, bro? Yeah, you stupid. You should've just went ahead and turned yourself in. You know what I'm saying?
Before later calling the police on himself. 40 minutes later, while Ali was traveling on the highway, he was stopped by police and promptly arrested, with the officers charging him on 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Hold on.
Ali
So, this man killed, you know what I'm saying, another nigga, plus his girl, you know what I'm saying, well, his ex-girl, because, you know what I'm saying, they broke up, you know what I'm saying, because she was mad, he was mad because the whole time they said that she was jealous, you know what I'm saying, but really, he was jealous, you know what I'm saying, over some bullshit. That's why he installed the app. That shit crazy. But why would you leave the apartment if you know what I'm saying, you about to give yourself up, you know what I'm saying, you just dumbass nigga.
blamed social media for his violent tendencies, claiming the fame from TikTok had messed with his brain and made him aggressive. The sad thing was that Ali was more upset over losing his business than losing his family. Shortly after he was arrested, someone posted a video on YouTube of Ali in which he apologized. However, he wasn't apologizing for the
TikTok had to do with you,
but instead for the fact that he hadn't been able to make more content. He pled not guilty, and during his testimony, he claimed that he just snapped and had shot the gun before he realized what he was doing and couldn't stop.
Nah, that nigga knew what he was doing. That nigga was jealous over a bitch, and you went there and killed her because you were jealous that she was fucking with another nigga. You gotta let these females go, gang. They want to be with somebody else, let them go.
Trauma and extensive drug use, but the deputy district attorney was having none of it. She argued that claiming someone had acted in the heat of the moment didn't really work when that person had purposely bugged an apartment they shouldn't have been able to get into, used a key they weren't supposed to have, and made a conscious effort to bring a gun to a fight that no one knew what was happening right now. When the judge announced that Ali had been found guilty, Anna Marie and Rayburn's loved ones erupted into cheers. But it was a horrendous warning of what TikTok can do to certain individuals. Social media sites like TikTok are especially dangerous for losing your privacy and can open up all sorts of problems. Which is why I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Proton.
I know it's cool to, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know what I'm saying, a TikTok star and all that, but you gotta watch what you be posting on TikTok, because, you know what I'm saying, people will take advantage of you, you know what I'm saying, and they can build your career and they can ruin your career at the same damn time, so you gotta watch what you do on there, you know what I'm saying. That's why I do my gaming on there, because can't nobody ruin no gamer. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be the biggest star of the gamer on there, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do these reaction on the YouTube channel, so y'all make sure y'all keep running it up and smash that motherfucking like button if you ain't followed. You know what I'm saying? I know half of y'all motherfuckers ain't followed me on here. Well, subbed up, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all subbed up on game. We better skip this ad.
Proton VPN. The vast server Lightspeed users, they operate includes with Proton password address that's from any and avoid them to protect safeguards provided by access starting 8 months the entire free which she was rudely embarrassed before The woman you're seeing here is Hannah Viverez, a dancer who was just trying to relax before she settled in for the evening. She was recording a video to post to TikTok before she was rudely interrupted, and this video would be the key to solving one of the many problems she was dealing with at the time. A few weeks before she posted this video to TikTok, Hannah was just a mother who was dealing with the fact that CPS had taken her son due to the abusive actions of her husband, who was not the man she thought he was. She spent months desperately trying to win her boy back, filing a protective order against his father and looking for a new apartment and a new job to prove that she was financially stable enough to be allowed to have her child back. With all the legal battles already happening in her life, she didn't have time to worry about her new creepy neighbor. You see, shortly after moving into her apartment, she noticed the regular appearance of a truck outside her apartment and realized the man inside it was watching her. After this kept on happening, it seemed he'd gotten a bit brave and started making advances towards Hannah, all of which she rebuffed or just completely ignored. She didn't think things would go any further than the uncomfortable advances and watching, believing he was just a creep. But it didn't take long for things to escalate. Hannah started dancing and posted her dancing to TikTok to help herself relax after a long day. The routines became particularly helpful for relieving stress while she waited to hear what was happening with her son and CPS. But what she hadn't anticipated was an unwelcome guest interrupting one of her late night dances.
Hold on. What the fuck was she doing though? You know what I'm saying? Let me rewind that shit, man. Cause I don't think she was in
advances and watching, believing he was just a creep. But it didn't take long for things to escalate. Hannah started dancing and posted her dancing to help herself relax after a long day. The routines became particularly helpful for relieving stress while she waited to hear what was happening with her son and CPS. But what she hadn't anticipated was an unwelcome guest interrupting one of her late night dances, especially since she lived on the second floor.
Get out. Yes. Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now. Please get out of my apartment right now. Get out. Get out.
Damn.
Hello?
That shit scary as fuck, bro. Somebody just walking in your crib, you don't even know.
The man in red was Hannah's stalker. After months of watching her from a distance, he decided it would be a good idea to climb up to her balcony, ruining a few Christmas decorations along the way, all to get to her. What he was
I wish anybody would try to I wish you would try to walk in my shit, my nigga. I let you have the motherfucking key. As soon as you step foot in here, my nigga, I hope she's okay, you know what I'm saying? Praise God, you know what I'm saying? Praise God.
Planning to do, we don't really know, but it couldn't have been anything good. However, fortunately for Hannah, once he saw that he was on camera and possibly realized that things weren't going his way, he left her apartment. However, given that Hannah was terrified out of her mind, she took refuge in a neighbor's apartment where she would report the incident to the police once she calmed down. After handing the authorities the video as evidence, she posted it to TikTok and went viral almost immediately, raking up over 5 million views as people began sharing it with anyone who could. Everyone was curious to know what had happened next, with some offering her advice if she ever found herself in a similar situation, reprimanding her for how she'd handle the break-in or even looking for her intruder. Fortunately for the dancer, it would only be 2 days before the police arrested him on suspicion of stalking, third and fourth degree burglary, second-degree assault, and malicious destruction of property. However, he wouldn't stay in custody long. After meeting with the district court commissioner, he was released on an unsecured $5,000 bond and allowed to return to his home, which was situated in the same apartment complex as Hannah. Understandably, Hannah wasn't feeling safe in her apartment and broke her lease to try and find a new one.
Like, why would y'all let that nigga come back to the... Oh my... I swear, the state be so fucking fucked up some damn times, bro. Like, y'all be doing the most dumbest shit ever. To be letting people out and come right back to the same place where they just did a crime, man. Like, is you stupid? Oh my god, I feel sorry for that girl.
Fortunately, she received no penalties, which was the least the company managing a building could do, considering the circumstances. As her story circled the internet, former MLB pitcher LaTroy Hawkins and his wife Anita decided to not only help her find an apartment with some better security, but also pay the
W man,
blessing she and her lawyer thanked the Hawkins for multiple times after they heard the news. The funny thing is, shortly after her stalker was released, ICE got wind of what was going on and arrested him in December in relation to immigration violations. Turns out he was actually in the US illegally and was eventually deported back to Mexico. Despite all the fear, Hannah never stopped dancing, continuing to relax and find joy in the thing that had very likely kept her alive that night. Many people who watched the TikTok video suspected that had she gone to bed earlier, Hannah's story probably would have had a much sadder ending. While Hannah's TikTok was jarring, its virality led her to receive support and opportunities she might not have otherwise received. But unfortunately, in the next case, the only thing TikTok did was prove just how easy it was for prisoners to post content on social media, no matter the crime they committed. It's actually scary how common it is for inmates to have smartphones. Some have even developed massive followings after sharing life behind bars, notably Jerome Combs. However, it's important to remember that all of these guys are behind bars for a reason, and some videos have much more disturbing backstories than others. This here is one of the 10 boys responsible for killing Jack Woodley.
Damn.
Jack Woodley was a bright young man who, according to his mother, had dealt with many problems and was finally looking to make a turnaround, hoping to start with his new job at Amazon. However, before he started working, he wanted to have some fun at the Hooten Feast in Hooten the Spring with his girlfriend and a few friends. While I was enjoying the ride, he met the boys.
Something casual, something to do, you know what I'm saying?
Was recently involved.
Chilling at the fire.
What he didn't know was that one conversation on that night in October of 2021 would seal his fate.
Damn.
After enjoying one last ride, Willie began his walk home and re-encountered some of the boys he'd spoken to earlier along the way. They were reeling for a fight and challenged Jack, but he refused. Not letting it go, the boys followed him before one broke off from the rest and punched him from behind.
Damn, that's crazy.
Almost instantly, every boy in that group punched, kicked, or stomped on Jack, refusing to let him escape or let anyone help. As this continued, the 18-year-old had crouched down and put his hands over his head, trying to provide himself with as much protection as possible. And while Jack was severely injured, he would have been fine if that had been the extent of the attack. But
that
then the boys
is
started
crazy, gang.
Get the chopper out. The chopper was a Rambo-style knife that one of the boys used to stab Jack. The first stab was aimed at his hip, and the second hit him in the back.
Why would y'all stab? I mean, that is fucking crazy. Like, why would y'all stab the boy for? He didn't even do shit to you just because he didn't want to fight, you know what I'm saying? It's like 6 of y'all against 1, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, I wouldn't have fight none of y'all, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I would have, you know what I'm saying? I would have took off, you know what I'm saying? I would have been gone, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the little boy, you know what I'm saying? But damn, my nigga, why'd y'all have to stab him, though? Y'all these little kids some pussies on game.
With the blade passing between his ribs to puncture one of his lungs. Once the boys had finished, they left Jack to collapse in an alley next to Pretender Inn. Witnesses to the attack moved quickly and rushed him to the nearest hospital.
They just killed that boy
Meanwhile,
for no
Jack's
pound
mom, Zoe,
reason.
had yet to hear anything from her son, was pulled out of whatever she was doing when a message pinged on her phone. Instantly, dread and panic settled into her stomach, and she started rushing her husband out of the house, insisting that her son was dead. When they arrived at the hospital, Jack had just come out of a 5-hour operation. The doctor who met them prepared his parents for the worst. All his mum wanted was to see her son, but she was then met with the last thing a parent would ever want to see. The firstborn was covered in tubes of all shapes and sizes, surrounded by machines and doctors who were doing what they could to make sure he stayed alive, desperately wishing to provide her son any kind of comfort. His mother reached out but was stopped by a doctor. Heartbroken for his family, the doctor explained that they weren't allowed to hold Jack's hands, as this would be used as evidence in the case against Jack's attackers.
Oh God, I hope they give them the death penalty.
Without comfort, Zoe was given a gown and 3 layers of gloves while they waited for Jack's next surgery. Before Jack's doctor took him into the theatre, he urged the Woodley family to say their goodbyes, unsure of whether their son would survive. 20 minutes later, Zoe, who had managed to fall asleep in the side room, was woken up with devastating news. Her son was gone. During the boys' trial, Zoe couldn't believe how unfazed they seemed. None of them seemed to realize how serious their involvement in the fight that led to Jack's death was, as they would just laugh and grin as the evidence was given out.
They would laugh when evidence was being given out.
That shit crazy. These boys laughing.
Coughing, like,
wow.
To them it just seemed like it was some kind of game.
They stupid, you know, they ignorant.
Absolutely killing me, even to sit through it.
Rest in peace. I'm sorry, man.
What's wrong with them? Why do
Damn, man, these some ignorant ass kids.
So horrific. And I just think, I don't think it hit them what they'd actually done.
Like,
they seemed to think they couldn't be convicted of murder, but the judge soon wiped the grins off their faces. After listening to all that happened, how each boy had known about the knife and encouraged its use, how none of them had attempted to stop the attack, how it had seemed premeditated and done solely for the excitement and pleasure of seriously injuring a stranger, the judge ruled that the attack and murder was a joint enterprise, and that each one had played a part in the ordeal. All of them were sentenced to life with minimum terms.
Oh
Each
God.
boy's sentence varying between 8 and 17 years.
Oh God, respect that. W judge, you know what I'm saying? W judge, W
finally started
judge.
showing emotion. However, Zoe didn't believe that it was a display of remorse, but rather they were just feeling sorry for themselves, which the judge clearly agreed with, claiming they weren't genuinely sorry for what had happened, only for the consequences their actions brought. Most of the boys' parents felt the sentencing was unfair, and that their sons had been convicted of a murder.
Man, what do you mean?
Arguing
What
they
you
had held the knife and
mean,
therefore
Shawty?
weren't responsible.
What you
Fortunately
mean?
for Whitney's family, the appeal judge agreed with
What
the
you
verdict.
mean? You telling me if my son, if I had a child, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no kids, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Your boy, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had one yet, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? My child or my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Walking out there, you know what I'm saying? A group of people, you know what I'm saying? Ask them, her, he or her, you know what I'm saying? If they want to fight, whatever, and they like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on that, you know what I'm saying? And they start, you know what I'm saying? Walking off, you know what I'm saying? And y'all come up and attack them, you know what I'm saying? Beat them up, you know what I'm saying? Then stab them, you know what I'm saying? And then put them in the hospital and they fight for their life and end up passing away. Oh God, I hope you get, you know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning, I hope you die, you know what I'm saying? You going just like how my son did, you know what I'm saying? You better, if they let you out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you in jail, you know what I'm saying? Making that phone call, hey, you know what I'm saying? Do the, yeah, either way you going, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to be taken out on game, for real. Let's get back to the video.
And denied every appeal, and all the boys were sent to prison. While Jack's family would forever live with the trauma of what had happened, they were assured that the killers wouldn't be seen for a long, long time. Or at least, that's what they thought anyway. Because unfortunately it seemed that the prison had an opposite effect on some of the boys. Namely, who people believed to be Callum Madison, the one who had stabbed Jack. After about 2 years of prison, a video of someone who could be Madison was making it rounds on TikTok. It seemed that he'd managed to get a cell phone behind bars. The video shows him in a cell with a bandana covering his nose and the lower half of his face, probably so that he can remain anonymous while he raps about how gangster he is, essentially glorifying his crime.
I never take that jointly. Take my chance to go and child and pray to set me free. 17 years, I still take it up.
This nigga trying to be a rapper.
It was horrendous and left many people with a bad taste in their mouths, most feeling that this should never have been able to happen. Fortunately, the Attorney General agreed and declared they needed to crack down on mobile phone use and existence within prison, so that something like this would never happen again. While that's all well and good, it does nothing to comfort Whitney's family, who are now not only living with the fact that their son and brother's death was for nothing, but also with the knowledge that these criminals are using TikTok to gain fame and clout, all without any consequence. Whilst the boys behind bars gained views, status, recognition in jail, they were just able to taunt the family for years. In 2023, Ladrius and Brownlee and
I've
Zara
heard about
started
this
a
shit
TikTok
right here,
page
this shit.
with the name Deno and Zara. They used to show off their life as a couple and all they got up to. They seemed to enjoy each other's company, but they were often praising him for the way he treated her and him always claiming that there was no one else he wanted. Or
Hold
showing off
on. God almighty. Don't tell me she got a fatty. She got a banana. God. Damn. Whoa. Don't tell nobody out, but she got a
relationship with his young son. For the most part, the two of them seemed really sweet, and people seemed to enjoy the fact that they were a loving couple and weren't afraid to tease and roast each other. People
Rest in
enjoyed
peace.
watching them so much that over the years their page was up.
I know
they
about
amassed
this
over
case. I done heard it, you know what I'm
150,000
saying? I ain't gonna say
But
nothing.
unfortunately, things didn't stay sweet for long. As the months went by, the more loving videos were replaced with videos of them fighting or arguing with each other over meaningless things like hypothetical questions. Some of their viewers began to speculate that there was something more going on behind the scenes. One of the first videos that set off warning signals for viewers was titled "Hitting My Girlfriend Prank Gone Wrong." Now, neither of them come off well on this, but it's particularly bad for Ladrius. The video starts with him lightly hitting Zara to see how she will respond. Understandably, she didn't appreciate it and retaliated by pretending to hit him back. However, it was the look of terror in her eyes and how quick she was to throw her hands up to try and stop his next hit that drew people's attention to him. While this retaliation was fake, the two had still managed to hurt each other. Ladrius doesn't even look slightly remorseful for how much pain Zara's in, and if you watch the video closely, you can see him picking at his own injury to try and make it seem worse. While the look of fear drew people's attention, when Zara got closer to the camera, people really started to worry for her. If you look closely at the right side of her face, there's a slight brownish green tinge under her eye, and a healing cut in her lip, as if she's been struck a few days prior. Fans who had started trying to read into the video as soon as they saw Zara's look of terror were immediately sure that this was a case of domestic violence and were shocked that the couple had even posted this. Unfortunately, this wouldn't be the last time the couple got into a physical altercation on camera. In another video, Ladrius placed her in a chokehold twice, while repeatedly telling her to go to sleep, and she starts hitting him to get out of the hold. When hitting him doesn't work, Zara then resorts to biting him until he lets her go. There are far too many examples of the couple mistreating each other on the page, especially Ladrius, who seems to go out of his way to insult his girlfriend in the later videos. However, the couple were insistent that everything was fine, with Zara often posting videos on the page to defend her.
You got a baddie, you know what I'm saying? This nigga got a baddie and you beating on her. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I could never beat on mine, you know what I'm saying? I got a bad female, you know what I'm saying? I would never put my hands on her, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna lie, we do be like, you know what I'm saying, be playing around, you know what I'm saying? But I don't be like that, you know what I'm saying? Choking her out. I don't try to put my hands around her neck, not like that, you know what I'm saying? But I do be, you know what I'm saying? Smacking on the booty, you know what I'm saying? A little bit here and there. Shit, don't tell nobody.
The relationship and her happiness within it, which only led people to doubt her words, believing that a person who was genuinely happy in their relationship wouldn't have to fight so hard to prove they were. The couple became increasingly argumentative until everything came to a head on July 5th, 2024. On the way home from the Flower Mound Independence Fest, the pair got into a heated argument, drawing attention from onlookers, and as things got worse, the argument turned physical, but they eventually got into a car with a few friends in the back seat and drove off. But they didn't get far before Ladrius pulled out a gun and turned it on Zara, shooting her above the eye.
Damn,
In a moment of remorse, he called 911, admitting to the dispatch that he shot his girlfriend. When the authorities arrived at the scene of the crime, they found her lying on the ground outside of the car. After admitting to shooting her and being verbally and physically abusive in the months leading up to that night, Ladrius was arrested. Zara was rushed to hospital, badly injured but alive. Doctors did everything they could to make sure she would be alive, but told her family to say goodbye in case she wouldn't make it. However, after a week and a half of tense silence, Zara's sister took to Instagram to let people know that she had actually recovered and was already taking her first steps after the incredibly traumatic event. Now, we've yet to hear anything from Zara herself, but her followers are more than happy to hear that she is alive and doing well.
Okay,
As for Ladrius, due to the nature of this crime and the fact that he could flee the country if he got out of jail, the TikToker is currently being held on a $900,000 bond and facing 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 3 counts of deadly conduct. A criminal defense attorney explained that the assault would be considered
no secondary degree
meaning that
murder
Ladrius could spend between 5 to 99
or
years
attempted
in prison.
murder.
Unsurprisingly, most of those who followed the couple or went and watched the videos were calling for him to receive the maximum sentence.
Oh yeah.
This driver who was smashed at the wheel filming a TikTok video and ended up killing a beautiful young lady in a car crash moments later. It wasn't bad enough that he was drunk, but he was also making a TikTok video as well. And he was sent to jail for only 7 years. It's become such a problem that the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles started a Put It Down campaign to discourage TikTok users from driving and filming at the same time. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should risk it, and there's enough evidence to support the concern. TikTok challenges have also played a part in some deaths of younger participants. These kids took on the blackout challenge, but they would hang themselves till they blacked out. The idea is the rope or whatever holding you would break or fall and you would just black out. But sadly, these kids blacked out and hung themselves. And there's a bunch of other challenges that have completely poisoned Generation Z and Generation Alpha. Now, none of these TikTokers intend harm or death, but their desperation is usually to get recognition and so-called clout and fame, just to prove themselves and get rid of their insecurities. And it often leads to serious, if not fatal outcomes that were just never worth it. Now, is TikTok to blame or the TikToker? It's a question worth asking. If not TikTok, the attention-seeking just moves to another platform.
It's
but
the
why
people
the
that's making the video, you know what I'm saying? People that starting these trends, you know what I'm saying? And people just, whoever just, you know what I'm saying, push it out there.
And lack thereof will foresight to see the risk they're taking.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If y'all like this type of videos, you know what I'm saying, make sure you hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy YS the Gamer, and we is out on game.